want us to see that this is for everyone. Everyone must be born again, and everyone receives, when they're born again, you are born of water, you are born of spirit. You are born of baptism, you are born of the Holy baptism in the Holy Spirit. You receive word and you receive a spirit language when you are born. Babies, when they're born, they receive a language. They all speak in tongues, believe it or not. They all speak in tongues until they learn the words. But we call it baby talk. But they're speaking in tongues until they learn the words. So we all have a language, and we all receive, every creature has a language. Every creature has a language. And we, when we're born of the Spirit, we get the Spirit language added to that. So we all can and should speak in tongues. If you don't do it, it's because you just have an understanding that you're not understanding or you're not believing, and it's there. I went for years not speaking in tongues because I didn't have understanding until one day it just slipped out. And I'm like, what was that? And I still didn't understand it until it was explained to me, and I learned that it's a certain way. It's not what we can imagine or think. But when I understood, and I even understand it more now, it's a language, and we have the ability by the Spirit. It's a spirit language. We have it. We received it. So in 1 Corinthians 14, 1 through 5, we can go on to read this. Pursue love and desire spiritual gifts, but especially that you may prophesy. For he who speaks in a tongue does not speak to men, but to God. Okay. So here, some people say that when, are you praying when you speak in tongues? Is that really true? Are we praying? It says it right there. For he who speaks in a tongue does not speak to men, but to God. What does that mean when you speak to God? When you speak to God, that's called prayer. So we are instructed to pray in the Spirit as well. We should pray in the Spirit at all times, every time, any chance we get. And this is something that it should be, because you have a spirit language, you should do it. It's for you, for your benefit.